continue pushing because there's never a good time to start. You're ready to sacrifice for time. Before I finally got an office, I was out there in the streets with my bag as my office. When I had money, I did not think of just getting to go for luxury. I bought a bus to support the business and I told the bus to be my office for 2 years. I live and work in the bus.
Do you have any advice for someone who is wanting to relocate because they feel Nigeria is not it, like business is so hard, everything is so hard?
If you have not left the shore of this country, you have a different thinking. But you have left the shore of this country, you have a different thinking. Even if you are born there, they see that trait. They still let you know that there's a level you can get to if you are not the same. Unlike in this country where all your rights
still belongs to you.
Yes.
Somebody that travels now, when the economy now becomes better, when they come back, it says they are starting from beginning again.
I have friends that travel, they live out of this country and they came back. It's not easy to start all over again. You have to struggle. Therefore, entrepreneurs, somebody that has his business, that is running his business, that come to think of Japa. That person seems to be, for me, it looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. I have gone out of this country. I have walked out of this country. I also found out that what they end there ends there. There is nothing, no future there. You are not seen as part of the system. You are seen as a second-class citizen, even third class.
Good morning, guys. So today we are doing something different. So I have this uncle in Lagos who runs a very successful, printing press. At least successful in my own definition of what successful is, because at least he has been in this business for quite a while now, and to me he's a very successful person. He might say, he's still trying to get somewhere, but today I decided let's go and ask him, like how the business has been going, how he's running it, like what he has learned so far, because I know since like maybe 2000 or 2002 or so he has been in this business, and he has grown it to a scale that not easy, something that is not easy. But I said, so maybe if you're one that is planning to start a business, or you're already running a business, maybe you can take a thing or two from whatever advice he might give us. So just stay tuned to the end, because I'll be showing you his company, like everything I can show you or everything I'm allowed to show you, and then we'll ask him 1 or 2 questions. Hopefully you can get a thing or two from there and apply it to your own business or whatever you're doing. So stay tuned, let's go. finally my uncle is here. Drip on drip. I never see who's on this style, really. And you know, I've been telling my people about you. And how was your trip?
Very well. Thank God.
When he last sent one in the morning. I'm among the rich people today. How's it there? You only can say you are too proud. He says an Italian. It's alright. But you look really good though. You know, we the Nigerians, we are not smelling like Italianos. So see, you know my people, you know how we're talking about those that love to japa too much.
Yeah.
So I have like maybe 5 or 6 questions, you know, for you as a business person, you know, what you can advise and you know all that. So, CEO. You know, it's worthy to be called a CEO for someone who has 30 years of excellence. Uncle, you've been long in this game, 30 years.
August next year, 30.
Wow, that's a long time. Oh. But you've achieved a lot. Like, you know, as I was telling my people, you might not agree that you have achieved a lot because you still want, you aspire to achieve more. But to me, who is like, you know, I've seen you grow like, you know, quite a lot. I even showed, you know, my people like where we started from, you know, the machines down to where we've gotten to. It was quite amazing to see.
Who was that machine?
You see? Yeah, you started with our machine having to do the leg work.
The portfolio was in my bag.
Like seriously, that's quite some growth. So I just wanted you to like, you know how there's this Japa syndrome right now. Like I have just a few questions that I wrote down that I would love you to answer. Hopefully to convince somebody to see the brighter side of things. You know, instead of thinking that Japa is the solution, let them, you know, maybe rethink something like that. So yeah, so there's a Japa syndrome going on right now, and it's not even funny. So
Japa is not the way out.
Seriously. Okay, so are you ready? Yeah?
I'm always ready.
So the very first question would be, you know, like when did you start your business?
I started the business as a copper 94, 95. So you can see that you add it up. That's why you are seeing it's about 29 years. That was about August 1995.
Okay, oh, wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, so I started the business. I go out, I print, I did little business while I'm doing my NYC.
Oh.
So in the course of my NYC, I served under First Bank,
Okay.
where they have their own printing units. In that capacity as a copper, I started learning new things alongside the knowledge and ideas that I've gotten before the NYC, because I went through polytechnic system where that gave me a broad knowledge of what I want to be and what I want to practice. Then as an art student, I decided to go into graphics. And graphics has to do with publications and all of that. Advertising.
Okay, so you're basically focused on that since
So I now choose to say, okay, let me go to production. And in production, I specifically went into printing. For the other segment of production, when I decided to go into printing.
How has it been now running a business in Lagos?
To be an entrepreneur, running your own business, especially in a tough industry as printing industry, where there's high competition, quality-driven industry, where you have a lot of money bags in the industry. I can tell you that to run this industry now, given the economic challenges and all of that, where foreign exchanges is always a challenge now, because the industry is foreign exchange driven, because you need to buy most things. Nigeria does not manufacture paper, we don't produce paper, so every paper we use are imported, and then it's a challenge because the foreign exchange is always affecting the cost of paper. So if you ask me now how is the industry is, I'll tell you that the industry is as tough as every other industry now that is facing the challenge of forest. We have tried to see if we can create a balance with a clear understanding with our clients, trying to see that okay, we can meet their quality and also maintain a good price system where we don't just work without earning. So for now, forest is a problem.
The next question now is, like, what can you say now is different from, you know, running this business before compared to now?
Before, cost of materials, cost of printing materials and all of that wasn't as high as it is now, you know. Then before, you can say that a lot of awareness has come into the industry. You understand? Before you can say, okay, competition is not as tough as it is now.
Okay.
You know, now it is very competitive because so many foreign interests has come into the industry. Yes, I can say that because why? Now most of our rich men has gone into politicians and all of that have gone into the industry. Not really that they are professionals, but they go into the industry by bringing in the money that they have made from government and then investing it into the industry. Then, apart from that, they also hijack the business because most business that we used to get comes from government and all of that. But now, government insiders are
the ones doing the business.
In the industry now, so they take what would have gone to the real professionals to themselves. And then, apart from that, there's some influence of the Indians, you understand, in the industry. In our industry, Nigerian industry, printing industry, is also a key problem because why? They have free access to funds from their country and they come here, establish and get more patronage. And we are struggle to get struggle to get finances from our banks where you are being given double-digit interest rates to pay for whatever facility you are asking for. So you struggle with getting to pay back the interest, getting to pay back the capital, and getting to maintain the business. So, and you know that for every business to grow, there must be investment. Because you cannot buy most of the machinery.
Obviously, there are so many problems with, you know, running a business in Nigeria. But what advice do you think you have for someone who wants to start a business today?
You have to be courageous. Because given the economy, you will not want to start. But if you still believe that you can do it, if you still believe that this country is going to get better, then there's nothing wrong in starting. You have to start the way you will be able to, you know, strive, understanding the terrain that we are now. You need to invest wisely. You need to look at the market.
Understand it.
Understand the market, and at the same time, you're ready to sacrifice your time. Because there are some watchwords. The watchwords are remain focused, be yourself, like the spirit of the ant, tenacity. You have to push, continue pushing. You have to continue pushing because there's never a good time to start. So there's nothing wrong in starting.
Okay, looking at how far you've come, obviously tenacity should be a very big watchword because you rode out the tough times and still came out successful compared to, you know, maybe your peers who did not start with you at your starting point. But now, you know, there's this Japa issue going on right now in Nigeria. Do you have any advice for someone who is wanting to relocate because they feel Nigeria is not it, you know, like business is so hard, everything is so hard? But do you think there's anything you want to say to such persons?
Well, you see, the Japa syndrome that is in vogue now, let me use the word. If you have not left the shore of this country, you have a different thinking. But you have left the shore of this country, you have stayed out of this country and in and out, you have a different thinking. Now, for a young man that does not have a job, there's no future in his own thinking. Or a young lady that does not have a job, and he has no prospect of settling down now soon also. So if you give her the option, or you give him the option of traveling, you would think that you will make a better future out there, unlike now, here in this country. So their thought about traveling out is because of the environment that we are, because of the tough time that we are facing. A lot of things are going on, unemployment is at big, insecurity out there, and all of them. So, and the government also, the past government has really polarized the country with the issue of nepotism, tribalism, all of that, has made people to feel that no sense of belonging anymore. So, for people that are living the country, majority are youths who are unemployed. They feel that, okay, they go out there, they get this thing. And some that also have, that are employed, they feel that they are unemployed. Things are not well with them, they cannot sustain their distance. So they feel that their future is better out there, out of the country. But you now see somebody that has a good job and somebody that is well employed, thinking how to leave the country, or thinking how to leave the country. I mean, something is wrong in that direction. Because there's never a good time. Even in the days of our fathers, there are still challenges. But the Japa syndrome, simply like I told you, are for those people in the other category who feel that the political climate, the environment and all of that is not okay. But for entrepreneurs, somebody that has his business, that is running his business and all of that, now come to think of Japa, that person seems to be, for me, it looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. Because if you go out of this country, if you are opportunity to have gone out of this country, I have gone out of this country, I have walked out of this country. But I also found out that what they end there ends there. There is nothing, no future there. Because why do I say that? We're in a country where you can own a house in your home, where you can live the life you want to live, your choice of life. But if you leave this country, yes, you would have said, okay, you have left NEPA failure, you have left this, you have left that, but you do not have control of yourself. The system controls you.
So control of yourself is a very big word there.
Yes, the system controls you. You are not seen as part of the system. You are seen as a second-class citizen, even third class, if I may use that word.
And especially if you are not a citizen.
You can't, even if you are born there, they see that trait, they still let you know that there's a level you can get to, because you are not a true citizen. You're only born there. There are examples that are putting their paper, or their passport, their listing, their color, whatever color you call it. You are not the same. Unlike in this country where all your rights
still belongs to you.
Yes.
Okay, so that is it for today's interview. But do you have any last word for anybody that's watching out there? Hopefully, whatever we've said in this interview will be very helpful to them, and they don't see Japa as the only solution. At least there are still people that are making it, even though nepotism is a big issue in Nigeria. But let's see, at least you can still try and you might still come out better. Because there was a time we were talking and you talked about how somebody that travels now, when the economy now becomes better, when they come back, it seems they are starting from beginning again. So like
it can't be the same. We have experiences, just that I don't want to mention names. I have friends that have traveled, they're out of this country, they live out of this country, and they came back. It's not easy to start all over again. You have to struggle to start all over again, because even though those that are even right in here that did not travel and still struggling to find their feet, then if you don't travel, when you come back, you're a different person altogether, because the system will have changed over them, and then coming back here, you try to readopt and all of that. It's not easy to reintegrate. So it's a problem.
Very true, very true.
Real problem.
Anyway, at least these questions that I had to ask, I feel many people out there, are very curious about how people start their business and how they grow it. And you're a very good example, like I told them earlier when I was taking them around the factory. And I'm very happy that you're able to give them a little background story of how you started, even right from NYSC till now, and you've spent almost 30 years, but we can see what you've worked for, and it's a very good thing. So I hope somebody out there will take what we've talked about and apply it in their own lives.
Well, it's for someone that wants to learn, always learn through wise advice and wisdom. You understand? Because before I finally got an office, I was out there in the street with my bag as my office. Then I took some advances again, beyond just carrying my bag here and there doing business. When I had money, I did not think of just getting to go for luxury. I bought a bus to support the business, and I told the bus to be my office for 2 years. I live and work in the bus as my office. So the vagabond bus that I bought then, I had my driver, I stay inside and told my staff, we use that van as our office and our tow van, because we use it for delivery and all of that, until I advanced to the point where I was able to rent an office space, get a printing hall, and then from there to another level.
Okay, so
and to where we are today.
Just taking it one level at a time,
face by face. You cannot, because there are some of us that do not have the opportunity to start it all once. But you have to segment your growth and remain focused. Just like I said, you have to continue pushing like the ants, because you know where you are going. Actually, we are not there. To you, you might feel impressed that we've done it to another. Yes, we give God the glory for all achievements so far. But there's another phase we are looking at. That phase that will purely consolidate the business and put us into that realm that we really desire to be. And then,
yeah, you will definitely get there. At least looking from where you started to where you are, you will get there. Thank you very much for granting me this your time. At least you just came to the office and still talk to me. So guys, here is the humble CEO of Aikson Global Associates. So if you have anything to print or any work that you feel like needs to be given a new face, I would love you to contact them. I'll put all their details in the comment section or in the description below. So just make sure to reach out to them. I've shown you their other works, like it's very beautiful. Like I've seen so many things that other people have printed, but when you compare it to what they print, you know that there are levels to this thing.
that's why we are called corporate brand champions.
Yeah, you guys are really doing a good job. So that is all we have for today for this interview. I hope it was very helpful and insightful to you that is watching. And don't think of Japa, you can still ride out the wave and become successful at the end.
We'll be there. Japa will not help us.
Yes, sir.